Good morning, my loves. Happy Tuesday. Oh my gosh, it's 5 a.m. here at the lake. It's still dark. You can see some of the holiday lights are still up. We are talking about a very good topic today that's pretty appropriate, I think, for part of the world. A lot of people are iced in and snowed in, and we are talking about when life becomes a snow globe. You know, those beautiful ornaments that you see, that you shake, and it looks like it's snowing. Well, sometimes your life can feel like that. And that's what we're talking about when life is a snow globe. It sucks. It totally sucks. Because everything was fine, and the next minute your world's upside down. It might last a day. It might last a week. It can last longer. So let's talk about it. In my day job, which I love my day job, as most of you know, I'm a nurse at a personal injury law firm, and we deal with a lot of accidents, car accidents, motorcycle accidents. And as the nurse, I just deal with who's hurt. That's it. I deal with the bodily injury part. That's all. My job is to make sure whoever is injured gets medical care. Pretty simple. But they need to go to the right provider and get the right test, get the right treatment. Because I want you as close to baseline at the end of this as we can get you, patched up, feeling just almost as good as you were before the accident. That's the goal. Not a promise, not a guarantee, but that's my goal. And of course, everybody else in the firm, their goal is to deal with the damages, whether that's financial damages, property damages to your vehicle, whatever that is. So when life becomes the snow globe, when you have the accident, and I deal with these people every day, and I love my clients. Each and every one of them mean the world to me. And so their life is turned upside down. They weren't planning to get in an accident. That's why it's called an accident and not an on purpose. So, things happen. You hit ice, a patch of ice. An animal runs out in front of your car. Somebody pulls into your lane. Somebody runs a red light. Whatever it is, the next thing you know, you're in a world of hurt. And your life is a snow globe. You're panicking because you're hurt. Hopefully not seriously, but it does happen. Hopefully there's no fatalities. It does happen. It does happen. And we have to deal with all of this. So you're injured. Hopefully nobody else is seriously injured. Your vehicle's demolished or banged up, and you start worrying about you're hurt, you're in pain. Maybe your kids are in the car, they're hurt, they're in pain. You're missing work, they're missing school, your car's demolished. How are you going to get to work? How can you get kids to daycare? How can you do this? How can you do that? Your life is turned upside down. And maybe you've already missed a lot of work due to the flu. And your boss said, you miss any more work and you're out the door. Well, you don't have a car now. This is the snow globe that you're dealing with. This is the snow globe I help people deal with. So, my words of wisdom. I want you to take a few deep breaths and step back from the situation and look at it from a different lens, okay? You're going to look at it as, okay, this has happened, because it has. This is what we're dealing with. Let's look at it. Let's take accountability. That's the hard part sometimes, is the accountability. Did you do anything to cause this? Were you texting? Were you yelling at the kids? Were you eating a French fry? Were you doing anything to contribute to this nightmare? If you were, you were. If you weren't, you weren't. Plain and simple. Were there cameras in the area? Were there witnesses? Things you need to think about. Step back and think. And then, as logically as you can, in the panic of the moment, give all the details to the police. Please call the police. If you need an ambulance, make sure fire rescue is called. Get to a hospital or an urgent care, depending on your injuries. If you call someone like myself, you call a law firm, which I highly recommend, let us do our job. Answer our questions to the best of your ability. We know you are upset, you're scared, you're angry at whoever hit you. Honey, I deal with this all the time. And when whoever you talk to with intake, they understand. Try and take a couple of deep breaths and be as calm as you can. Don't lose it with us. We're on your side. Explain to them what happened. Let them know if there's a police report. Tell them as clear as you can where it happened. And sometimes what I find, people are so upset, details, days later, details are filtering out. Oh, I forgot to tell you this. I forgot to tell you that. That's okay. We don't expect you to remember everything this moment. It just happened. It's okay. At some point, you'll be given to someone like me, a nurse. And I'm just going to talk to you about your bodily injuries. My job is to get you to the provider that you need to see so that you can get the evaluation, the MRI, the CTs, the x-rays, so you can be treated appropriately. Maybe, hopefully you don't need surgery, but you may. Sometimes that happens. And I have a network of providers that we use at the law firm that, I would go to, I would send my son to, I would send my granddaughter to. They're that good. These are people, I can pick up my phone day or night and call them and say, I have somebody, this is an emergency. I need them seen in the morning. And we make it happen. They're good. And I have had to do that. Actually, I had to do that. When was it? My boss called me Friday night. We were on the phone late. And I had to pick up the phone, call a provider, and say, I need this person seen first thing. And they got him in Saturday morning. So that's pretty darn good. And I'm not touting myself or our law firm, although we are pretty great, but the providers are they go out of their way to be supportive and helpful to our clients. And that's what it's about. It's about teamwork to help you through your snow globe moments. But just realize the snow globe is going to settle. It is going to calm down. Let us do our job. And, just breathe. If you need a rental car, let whoever's working your case know. We work with the insurance companies and all that to try and get you back on your wheels as soon as we can, to make sure that you get the treatment you need so that we can get your life back to normal as quickly as possible, to settle that snow globe down. So that's just one aspect of snow globe life, is when you have an accident. You could slip and fall, God forbid. You go out to the mailbox and it's a little icy on that driveway. Bang, you're down. It happens. You may just have bruised your bum, but then again, you may have really injured yourself. Get it checked, get it evaluated. Because the reason I push the medical treatment, even in our personal injury clients, is because right now, it twinges, it hurts, it aches. Okay. In 6 months, I don't want you having numbness and tingling and shooting pain down your leg, down your arm, up your neck, having migraines, when this could have been addressed months ago. And this never would have happened. So, if you're hurt, insist on x-rays. Get it checked. Get the treatment that you need, because, honey, you're worthy. I promise you are worthy, okay? Now, sometimes our life is a snow globe when our relationships blow up. And we've all been there. We have all been there at some point. And it is horrific. And that can take longer than a car accident to get over. That's for darn sure. Again, when it's happening, it's very emotional. Things are said that probably shouldn't be said. Hopefully nobody's manipulating children, because that happens a lot. Children are not pawns in your chess game of life. Leave the kids out of it. Just let the kids know, no matter what, we love you and support you. We're always going to be mom and dad. Nothing's ever going to change that. It's just right now, we're not best friends anymore. It's the easiest way to explain it to the kids. And that's okay. But take a step back. Do what I call a relationship autopsy. What did I do to cause this? It takes two, honey. Maybe you weren't listening. You were inattentive. In any relationship, one of three things happens. You grow together, you grow stagnant, you grow apart. If you don't nurture the relationship, you don't pay attention and stay actively involved in your spouse's life, things are going to fall apart. Unfortunately, it happens. So please, take accountability. Life lessons learned will not be repeated. Learn the life lesson. And try to step away from the ego. If a relationship is over, it's over. That's okay. You went into it as friends. It is possible to leave it as friends and still be civilized. It is. You can do this. I have faith in you. You know, if somebody stepped out, were cheating, okay, that's on them. It's on them. It was their choice. You didn't force their hand to do it. It's on them. Going after whoever they cheated on, oh, please, come on. That's childish. Leave that person alone. No. They may or may not have even known that this person was involved with somebody. Just leave them out of it. It's between the two of you. Leave it at that. If you're upset with them, that's fine. Take accountability. End it civilly. If they want to leave, leave. You don't want somebody in your life that doesn't want to be in your life. You don't want to be in their life if they don't want you in their life. Step away. Move on. If you need to see a life coach, you need to see a therapist, you need to see a psychologist, do it. Do not drown your sorrows in liquor. Do not, turn to drugs or alcohol or promiscuous activity or addictions, because I see this happening a lot with my clients. It reminds me a little bit of girls in high school. They would break up with their boyfriend and then they would, just sit down and demolish a cake. Well, let us not do that, okay? Because your pancreas really doesn't need that sugar overload. So it's okay to grieve the loss. It's very important to grieve the loss. And that's fine. And to do it with friends, a support system is great. But work through it and let it go. Okay? Let the snow globe settle. Being vengeful is childish. It is. It's, going after them, their property, burning their clothes. Oh, that's childish. No. They don't want to be with you, fine. Fine, go. See you, bye. Do not come back to me. Do not plan to come back to me. You walked away. You get one shot. You screw this up, it's on you. See you, bye. That's it. If you have community property, sell it. Split the proceeds. Don't fight over it. If you have pets, share custody of the pets. It happens all the time. Don't fight over who's going to get it. Share custody. You have them 1 week, somebody else has them the next week. I know people that do this. It's just like the kids. You can make it work. You can. It doesn't have to be ugly. And I will try and do a video on all of this alone in the next week, I promise. But when life is a snow globe, it will settle down. But you have to allow it. I don't want you doing things to shake that snow globe when it's trying to settle. Hope it makes sense. I get it. I understand. Allow the snow globe to settle, but accept accountability and responsibility for your part. Have a good Tuesday. Stay warm. Stay safe.